The Raven Remastered for Nintendo Switch. Let's see it here on Nintendo Switch OLED, how it looks, this new remastered game. It has a very beautiful story and remastered graphics with new improved voices for the actors. And the story, it's in London, 1964. You are a detective and you have to find this legendary master thief, the Raven. So anyway, the story, we will discover it immediately here. Let's see some screenshots from the game because it is very good looking. And these are the screenshots. Let's see here also the description for the game. Let me do a zoom on the screen and let's adjust here so that everything will be perfect. So we have the text here, high quality voice acting. The game has 6.2 gigabytes, and what I appreciate every time when I get a game on a card, this game, it's full installed on the game card. So all you have to do is to get this, insert the card, and you can play the game. No extra file for to download, nothing. This is impressive for any game, and I highly appreciate this aspect. Uh, if, anyway, if you get a game, you would expect to play it immediately without needing extra space on your memory card. So this is the case. Again, I will tell it, the entire game you will find it here on this card, and you do not need to download anything. So we have the game, we have some settings here. By the way, the game has some very beautiful music. Unfortunately, I cannot activate it because I don't know what is uh, going on with the copyright for this music, so it's off in this video, unfortunately. Let's start the game and let's see what do we have here. As I said, the action is in London, 1964. You are a detective and you are investigating disappearing. You are investigating basically this master thief, the Raven. Probably he stolen a ruby from the British Museum and so on. Um, a long time ago, when the game was released, I played this on my Nintendo Switch version 2, and I'm pretty sure that here will look so incredible, the game. Anyway, I remember that it was impressive at that time and it was very beautiful. You need time to discover everything and to investigate and to solve everything that is here and to discover that Raven. So let's see the introduction here, the video. It's beautiful. What can I say? I'm breathless. Indeed, a very good text here for the beginning. So we have the return of the Raven. We have some music here, and that's why I have to turn off the volume. It's very hard to work with the music now and the copyright related to it.
Harold, you hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
So everyone will appreciate a classic story with detectives and thieves and a lot of suspense, then should look for this game and to see what it has to offer. The Raven Remastered, it's a masterpiece for Nintendo Switch, and if you will play it here on Switch OLED, it will look breathless indeed. Look how beautiful it is here.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh, turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you...
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate, will be heroes. All right, now, we just have to...
what? Halt! Stop! You're under arrest!
Of course, you can play this game on your TV, or you can play it in with your Joy-Cons, or you can play it this in handheld mode, and also you can use this Switch Pro controller for a better experience. It depends on you. And as always, I will advise you, when you watch this video on YouTube, please manually select the quality for the video at 4K 60 frames HDR mode, or whatever high quality it will appear for you over there if you don't have an HDR device, capable device. Because if you leave the video on automatic, you'll receive an adjustable quality for the video, because YouTube will analyze your internet speed and it will deliver you some adaptive quality, something like this. Even if you see over there 4K, I don't know, something like this. So to fully enjoy the maximum quality, select 4K manually. Alright, we are here on this train. Beautiful graphic. It looks great. Alright. Lorient Express. Orient Express. Alright. The famous train.
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
You're funny, but you don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
Disturbing a Swiss officer while he reads a crime novel is a very serious offense. I could arrest you.
But I have a pistol, and you don't.
And why do you need a gun?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who the Raven is, do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre, and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know who the Raven was. Although I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels. You do know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the British Museum. There was an explosion. A guard was severely injured.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what the papers say?
You talk too much, Constable.
Zellner, monsieur. Anton Yakov Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
Get a move on.
Inspector Legrand, it's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We appreciate the support of the Swiss police, but it'd be better if you'd remain seated and keep an eye on things.
But monsieur, your journey on this train is most unusual. Is it related to the burglary at the British Museum?
Not in the least.
And the safe? What's that for?
I'll let you know if we need your help, Constable. If you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Thanks to that?
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that man over there is a violinist.
That would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to him.
And I believe that the gentleman in the next carriage is a German doctor on his way to Italy to take up a new position.
And what gives you that idea?
There's the rod of Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable...
Zellner.
Constable Zellner. If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
I think you're guarding something.
Oh, really? And what might it be?
I really couldn't say. But it must be very important.
Why is that?
Because you are very important. They wouldn't have assigned the case to you if it were just a trifle.
Let's assume that we really are transporting something very important on this train. And let's assume that it really is my job to see that it arrives safely. Then why isn't the train crawling with police?
You don't want to arouse attention.
Évident. But why not?
It's a trap.
You've got a vivid imagination. I'll give you that. Well, that is impressive, I admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. We'll get along fine without you.
You won't.
Won't? Pardonnez-moi.
I can help. And I will help. You're in my country. And I've been ordered to assist you. And that's exactly what I'll do. Whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zellner. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But how do you know? Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself. You were just pretending to put two and two
Nice.
together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really tell on me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. What's your name again?
Matthew Miller from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania.
All right, Matthew Miller from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
Whether Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Alright, let's find out more. To examine an item, move next to it with the left stick.
This morning I thought I wouldn't be hungry because of all the...
Alright. Alright, let's select sandwich.
I wrapped the apple core in the sandwich paper. That way I can carry it without making a mess of my trouser pocket. Still, I'd prefer not to have to carry them. The napkin came with the croissant I bought at the train station. a guilty pleasure. Every table has its own wastebasket. Practical. No need to ever leave your seat. Every table has its own wastebasket. Practical. No need to ever leave your seat. Every table has its own waste. Every table has its own wastebasket. Practical. No need to ever leave your seat. All right.
Alright, let's start basically the game at this moment. We had a tutorial on how to interact with the world, and definitely the game will have long conversations and you will have to work like a detective, you know, and to find out useful info and to use what you just found out. Um, it's a masterpiece, and you have to work to solve this game. So
The
let's go here.
violinist is a good-looking fellow, and if one can only... Hello, sir. Hello. If I'm not mistaken, you're a violin. That's true. A wonderful instrument.
That's...
Do you play?
No, orchestras aren't really part of my...
A solo violinist. The best soloists travel a great deal and make a pile of money, or so they say.
In that case, I'm probably not one of the best.
Are you traveling to Istanbul non-stop?
To a ship. I'm on my way to Cairo.
Cairo?
I'm performing at a reception in the Egyptian...
I'm sure your recital, but
Anything
a person's acting.
For heaven's sake.
Everything is...
I understand.
Have a good...
Thank you. Very kind of you. Thanks. Pardon me.
No problem. The uniform is waterproof. Mr.
Lucio. Professor Edgar Lucio.
Oh, a professor? Are you a scientist? Do you teach at the Sorbonne?
No, I work at the British Museum in London.
You don't say. So, you were, shall we say, an eyewitness to the burglary 2 days ago?
No,
Oh, no?
there was a lot of commotion.
There was a...
Well, let's just say that nothing that's happened in the last 2,000...
May I ask where you are going?
Of course, I'm...
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city.
Indeed.
Just a moment. The famous inspector...
No.
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No.
Just a thought.
I'm sorry. And now, please excuse me.
Just one more thing. Did you notice...
Here. Oh,
I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time, but you do understand, don't you, that what concerns me is the present, and especially the robbery at the museum.
yeah, of course, of course. It's just... I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you notice anything.
Of course. What's this?
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
We'll sort it out somehow. The compartment is locked.
But I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked it.
Find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm down.
You don't understand. I have to get back in my compartment.
All right. He doesn't make a very balanced impression. And he, of all people, isn't bothered by... Perhaps a thoughtful conduct...
Alright, this game is like a movie, and you have to discuss with a lot of people, and you have to find out all kind of info. The game looks beautiful, and it seems that it's well optimized, and you can control the character very easy. And basically, you will have to process a
I
lot of
don't
info,
believe it.
and that's why this game, it's so
I
impressive.
never
It's
thought I'd
like a
ever
movie,
meet
and
you.
you are in
Pardon
that
me,
movie,
but
or
we'd
a
prefer...
book or something like this. And
It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd
there
like
is
to
so
speak to the
much
inspector.
data here
Unfortunately,
to
just a
process.
constable, Lady Westmacott. I'm reading The Vicarage in the Mirror right now, for the 5th time at least.
That's nice, Constable.
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This is my companion, Miss Miller.
A pla- May I ask what you're doing here?
Holiday.
Madam,
And
I have all of your books.
then
I...
I'd rather not discuss my work, Constable.
Oh, well. As much as I like
You were right.
Madam,
I did observe you as you came. You seem so...
It's been...
And this is it.
I do...
Then grab it.
I shall do my best.
What do we have here?
Ah, Mr.
Zellner.
Right. How can I help you?
Do you know where the conductor is?
I'd like to know that myself. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He hasn't got back to me yet. He's probably in cahoots with the thieves. If we don't crack down...
Well,
He is not here doing his job.
any news about the robbery in London?
It must have been professionals. The way they disabled one of the best security systems in the world. Most impressive.
People were injured.
Well, one cannot execute a robbery of that scale without collateral damage. It seems like the Raven has finally found a worthy successor.
I'm afraid I won't enjoy his exploits this time around if the new Raven is so reckless.
That's your prerogative.
Tell me,
You mean no? Is there a...
No.
Constable, please don't... Legrand.
Legrand,
If you say at the train, don't tell me that a man at...
a cash box?
Precisely.
I do indeed.
A ruby was stolen in London. The second jewel, an emerald, is rumored to be in a Swiss bank. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in... It does make one wonder.
Indeed. Auf Wiedersehen, Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye.
I strongly suspect that the door is locked. No, it's open. Hello? Wow.
Don't move a muscle, you feathered fiend.
Put the gun down, Robert. If I may introduce Constable Robert Oliver from the Yard. This is the revered Constable Zellner of the Swiss police.
Then I was right. You really do want to lure someone into a trap.
That's none of your business.
Perhaps.
And how would I bait my trap then?
With an eye? An eye on its way from Zurich to Cairo. What do you know of this Raven's heir?
He tried to blow me up.
Rob, we don't know who we're dealing with here.
In any event, the new Raven is a more dangerous man than the old one. Or several men.
And anyway, how...
Monsieur,
Never mind.
I hope you'll acknowledge that I, as a Swiss policeman, can undertake investigations in my own country. I could be your eyes on the train as...
Oh, really?
There is a certain Professor Lucien on the train. He's an archaeologist from London.
And what's his story?
Well, it seems someone locked him out of his compartment.
Locked him out.
Well, yes.
Was it locked from inside?
It may have been. Do you think the locked door could be important?
Professor Lucien plays an important role in this story. Well then, Constable Zellner, be my eyes and ears on it. Report back to me when you're through.
My pleasure, monsieur. I go attend to the door now.
Good. And?
Yes, of course. A thief might...
Exactement.
Understood. An investigation on behalf of a grant that takes me one step closer. If I can convince him... The ladder leads up. It will be suicidal to climb up there while the train is at full speed. The wind, the tunnel...
So this is the game. It looks very nice, impressive on the Switch OLED, I might say. The quality of the voice of the actors, it's impressive also. It's very easy to control the game. This game has a lot of dialogues, as you already noticed, and definitely if you are a fan of this investigation game, this detective work, then definitely it will be an impressive game for you. If you like fights and shooters and this category, definitely this will be a hard game. But anyway, in my opinion, it's a masterpiece and you should try it. Everything is high quality here.
I don't need the... Perhaps he keep... Locked. The lock is so cheap that I could easily pick it. If I want to impress Legrand... This is the steward's own little kingdom. But as long as he... The steward... These days... I love them. They're only... I love... They're only... I'll leave the scissors here. If I need them, I know where to find them. A short